welcome to another episode of SU Sports Spotlight. I'm your host, Madison Miller, and joining me today is men's basketball player Quincy Haughton. Quincy, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Quincy, you just completed your senior season. How have you seen the program grow, and how have you grown on and off the court?
I feel like I came to the program at a really good spot. They have definitely improved from the past before I got here. In terms of like the culture and just the overall program in itself. So I feel like I came in at a really good spot. And during my 4 years, I just tried to carry whatever was taught to me and try and pass it down to the younger kids, which I feel like myself and our seniors did a great job of that. And I feel like our culture is still in great shape as it was left to me.
You had a career of 26 points in a key landmark matchup against Juniata. How were you able to carry that momentum into the last few games of the season?
Throughout the beginning part of the season, I kind of struggled with confidence and just shooting the ball. So throughout the whole season, my teammates just had the confidence in me to have the faith in me that my shots were going to fall. And they just kept telling me to shoot the ball. And that game, I was kind of feeling it. And they kind of saw that and knew that, so they were just kind of giving it to me and letting me go, and I felt pretty good that game. I tried to carry that positivity and confidence into the next part of the season. Unfortunately, it didn't go how we thought it was going to go, but that's okay. But I tried to keep that same confidence going into the later part of the season.
So you guys played a ton of really close games. How were you able to use your experience of playing in landmark conference games before to get your team through those tough victories?
As a senior, I try to just be a person of strength and someone who's solid, I guess, in terms of like close games and crunch times and things like that. Just to be a person that everybody looks to when things are kind of getting tough and kind of getting weary and not going our way. I feel like I'm kind of that stability figure for all of our young guys on that team.
I definitely would agree. So obviously the goal this season was to get yet another landmark championship, and you fell just short. But you had 3 first years in your starting lineup, and you guys were not projected to do great this season. So how would you rate your season and why?
Kind of tied in with the question that you mentioned about our culture. I didn't necessarily care so much about the wins and losses. I just wanted them to understand what playing for Coach Frank is and what it means to be a Riverhawk on the basketball floor. And like I said, I feel like we did a perfect job. And our season actually kind of started to tip in our favor. Obviously, we locked up the first seed for the playoffs. Sadly, we weren't able to make it to the championship game. But I feel like we definitely heard all the murmurs that were going on at the beginning of the season, and we weren't really worried about it too much because we know what we teach, and what we teach works, obviously. So I was kind of confident, even though we had 3 freshmen in our starting lineup. It's okay.
So reflecting on the past 4 years here, what are some of your favorite memories on and off the court, and what advice do you have for the younger guys?
Obviously, winning 2 landmark championships is very nice and everything, but I'd say this year is my favorite simply because all of the knowledge and experience I gained from my first 3 years, I kind of saw it in every single freshman that played for us this year. And that was kind of cool to see because at the beginning of the season, just like our whole team was, we weren't necessarily the best at what we do. But to see everybody grow and become better than they were when they stepped on the floor October 15th, I personally think that was a really cool thing to see, and that meant a lot to me.
So thank you for joining us on another episode of SU Sports Spotlight. I'm your host, Madison Miller, and I was joined today by Quincy Haughton.